Alright, well, welcome to the match, guys. Showing you a little bit of the draft there. That was totally on purpose. Was not casting with my microphone muted or anything. But let's just introduce these teams here. We've got Styles playing the Kunkka. I wasn't really doing any good analysis during that draft anyway. Itch, don't kill my vibe. I'll just call him that. We'll call him Itch. We've got Puck played by Ruthless. The offlane Tide Hunter is going to be handled by Uzi. And let's see. We got the Kunkka. Disruptor is going to be played by Gex. Here for the Radiant side for PXP, it's going to be the Dragon Knight in the mid lane, handled by Sabali. Innovation playing the Axe. He's cutting down a lot of trees. He just hates them. Wants all the deforestation. Flash on the Io. We've got Immorphling. He's going to be handled by TJ. Io Morphling used to be one of the big combos of yesteryear. And finally, Raz V. He's going to be playing the Shadow Demon, making tons of illusions of his friends and foes to join his army.
The battle begins.
And we'll get started up with this one. Puck takes the bounty rune top. Dragon Knight gets the one bottom. And we'll get right into this match. Puck against Dragon Knight. Both heroes kind of just want to get farm here. There's not a whole lot that you have to worry about. I mean, they're just going to farm. Maybe one of them gets ganked or something, but it's very difficult to gank a Dragon Knight. And kind of the same thing for Puck. As long as he's not caught with his pants down, he should be rather fine on the mid lane. And he's working with his superior damage at level 1 here, just to get the early last hit advantage over Dragon Knight. Yeah, just very easy to do that as a Puck. Shadow Demon just walking around the Dara side right now. Thinking about putting down a ward if the Tidehunter goes over to the hard camp, but he's actually inside of his own jungle at this moment, so they're not going to be able to do as much in trying to disrupt his farm right now. Just goes for the first level into Kraken Shell, has the Iron Talon. Should be some pretty easy farm for him, especially when he gets up to level 2 and his Anchor Smash. You can hear the distant sounds of Axe inside the jungle. He's just calling at some creeps. And this is a very meta-ish game. Both of the offlaners going into the jungle, which is the new offlane. We've got free farm for both of the safe laners. And a lot of heroes kind of centering around the mid lane, as there are some supports very, very close for both teams.
Dire's courier
And
has been killed.
oh, okay, so the Shadow Demon has gone in behind the tower and took down the courier, and that was 480 gold. That's pretty interesting. Zabali, he's healing up quite a bit with the Io. I don't know if they did not be able to get him. There's a salve going, and okay, Thunderstrike finishes off a kill. Can they kill Gex though? Trying to move up 2 stacks of the poison. It's not going to be enough this early. He's going to need 3. Does a third hit? Yes, it does. And even that is not enough. And he pops the salve right after that, meaning that he will get the full usage out of the salve. I don't actually think that he meant to, or thought he would be, 1, surviving that, and 2, not getting his salve cancelled, but it's, I guess, a positive that happened for the Disruptor, and he manages to be very effective with it, even if it wasn't by choice. So very early, free farm for Morphling and the Sven. I think the Sven can probably rotate into the jungle a little bit earlier than the Morphling, so he's most likely going to be getting more effectiveness out of this. And you can see that he's already going for the lane pulled, stacked up the hard camp just once. And he's going to kind of freeze the lane there for a little bit. Axe is calling up to top. He's actually died twice, actually once in the jungle. A couple of those neutral denies were going in there, but he's just taken 1 death and gone over to the top lane. There's going to be a stun. Torrent's going to be able to hit just on the corner of it, and now maybe the Sven is able to get some nice body blocks, but Axe uses a call. They're trying to chase after him. They're a little bit upset. They're a little bit angry, but the Axe gets away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Dragon Knight and Puck still very even. Not too much separating them at this point. TJ just smacking around at some creeps at bottom. It's very easy. And has managed to get more farm than the Sven. Or more CS at this point. It's just going to be a very close battle between them. It's what happens. The safe laners don't really get contested at all. And it's just so easy to just farm up when there's nobody hitting you or anything.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, gone are the days, well, mostly gone are the days of the offlaners that just endlessly harass you and make it difficult to stay in lane and possibly even win the lane. It's just not the same style anymore. It's too punishing. Tidehunter over to bottom, now level 4. He's not too far behind the Morphling at all. Just wants to get up to his Ravage. And yeah, he misses the last hit. Little number 50 hanging out there. I don't know what that 50 is doing, but it's looking pretty good. Oh, disruption onto the Tidehunter. He's still a very tanky hero. Thinking about going in a little bit. They're going to waveform forward onto Uzi. But it's just harass for him right now. He's just forced back away from the tower. And the tower may be going to the side of the Radiant. They've got some good damage here. They're running low on creeps. They have the Wisp Illusion, which is not very tanky at all. But more creeps come in here, and they can keep going on this tower. Over at top, Sven making a push on that tier 1. I don't think the Tidehunter is able to do enough here. Maybe he gets a free deny or something, but it's still so very difficult. And Morphling does a nice job avoiding. Oh, he does a nice job of avoiding the anchor smash. Now Puck is here, has a Dream Coil, might put it onto TJ, but Wisp is still waiting, and Puck is forced back. Oh, Morphling goes forward, and they'll be able to get the kill on Puck. Just waveforms right onto him. Uzi getting chased away. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the map, Disruptor was able to kill the Axe, who actually took down the Sven in the middle of that as well. So a couple of trades going around the map, but I feel like the better one has to be for proXpert because they took down both the Puck and the Sven. Some big kills for them. And, well, there's going to be some nice damage here for Dragon Knight on the tier 1 tower. Also, a little bit of damage on Styles, who is very tanky. This means Dragon Tail, Kunkka taking a lot of damage from this. Puck is here as well. They might want to try to dodge this. Is there going to be a torrent thrown out? Styles backing away, and the last touch of the Breathing Fire finishes off the Kunkka. Very strong Dragon Knight early. That's a level 3 Breathe Fire. And, yep, Kunkka is no match for a Wisp and a Dragon Knight there. Dragon Knight wants to get more damage onto the tier 1. Just steps up a little bit. Really doesn't care about the tower hitting him at all. Only 1 level into the Dragon's Blood is enough to keep him more than safe there. And another Breathe Fire just touching the Puck. Probably doesn't want to be roasted or anything. Sven's still trying to hang out over at top. He's very close to the Morphling right now. Oh, Axe thinking about a call. He will nearly get it. Slowed down there, stunned. And Sven wants to go back in here. He's 5 seconds on the Stormhammer. Thinking about it. Kunkka, well, he doesn't have X skilled up. Glimpse back. He's right back into the Tidehunter. And there's going to be a God Strength, but Sven is spinning. He's doing quite a bit of damage. Goes for the dunk, but it's not going to be enough damage. It doesn't actually even hit. And, well, Sven is pretty low. Some very lucky spins for the Axe there, but still just not able to win anything there. And they make the push on to a tier 1, but over at bottom, Morphing's doing some work. And he's putting a bit of damage on the tier 2. The Dire side, they're forced back away from the tier 1 as well, so he's still got some free damage on this. And there's really no one even close to try to contest him at all. Axe again has made his way top. Tidehunter still has the Ravage available, no Gush though. Axe just wants to be in range for the creeps, and while the call is going to hit on the Axe, easy kill for them. Now the Axe gets some move speed to move forward. He wants to keep spinning. He wants to keep winning. Uzi, no Tidehunter Ravage for him. Another disruption. The boat, it actually misses the innovation with all the extra move speed that he has. Gex, he's gonna get a glimpse back on Axe, getting him out of this one, but he's still going to have to keep retreating away from the Shadow Demon and all his shadow placements. Dodges that one, and he's got another one. 4 stacks. Could be making it 5. He even puts a hit in there. Disruptor dodges another one. He's going to get some more. Dragon Knight's just doing stuff elsewhere. And look at that, 612 damage after 5 stacks of the Shadow Poison. The stun will come through by Sven. There's really no mana here from the Shadow Demon to be able to work with it all. And, well, I mean, even the Sven can't really chase this down, and he's actually going to peel away, deciding that the creeps are a little bit more important than a Shadow Demon.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And again, proXpert, they're taking some pretty big kills here and winning most of these fights. I think a big play there was the Uzi Tidehunter. He was just kind of in the middle of all those creeps, trying to tank them up. Probably the wrong moment to try to go for an anchor smash and take them out. With the axe so close. And he wasn't able to get the Ravage off there, which in order to survive he definitely needed, and maybe they could have turned around on the axe there.
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean,
under
Sven
attack.
just has to be so safe right now. Axe doesn't even have a blink dagger, and look how scared this Sven is. He just does not want to be here too much at all. Itch moves forward through the jungle. They did have a little bit. They do have some good vision here with a nice ward, but proXpert kind of smelled that something's up. They back away from the tier 1. They back onto their side of the map. Axe still. He's actually going Vanguard. Forgoing the blink for now. This Morphling has no fear at all. He just really wants the Tidehunter. Just puts some damage on him, walks away. There's really nothing that the Tide can do right now. Puck gets stunned up in the mid lane. It's probably not going to be enough damage. He'll get a jaunt away, but he's been forced away, and he's down to less than half health. He'll need to battle up after this dragon. Poison is done, and he will. Maybe they catch out the Dragon Knight. It's going to be a Dragon Tail on Ruthless. Oh, the Ravage keeps him there for a little bit more. Ruthless has to back away. And Puck has come in to give the Dragon Knight some more survivability. Disruptor comes in from the backside. Puck puts the orb through. The torrent hits on Flash. And Dragon Knight, he's looking for Puck right now. Puck might run right into him. And, well, he's been silenced. The Dragon Tail's available. Is the Dragon Knight going to get the kill? Yes, he does. He's killed the Puck with that last vestiges of his attack. But still, you're not really taking care of the main problems. I don't even think a Dragon Knight is too integral to this lineup. He's going to be able to push down towers regardless. And the Morphling Shadow Demon combo is really the real thing, and Axe disables. Always difficult to try to play against. And finally, this tier 1 tower should be falling top. Innovation and Razvi just going for it. And they've taken it down. Maybe we have a little bit of a defense here from Oh Well. Styles and Ruthless make their way to top. Haven't really been able to see the full usage of this lineup, mostly because every time there are heroes together, it's only about 2 or 3. They're still at the point in the game where proXpert, they don't really group up a whole lot. They just kind of move around the map quite a bit. Still farming on their cores. Still no level 6 on Io. He's just level 5 right now. And Dragon Knight, he'll catch out the range creep, and he'll mercilessly kill it. No way that range creep gets out of there. This traitor is an injustice. Razvi puts a disruption on Sven. He's going to have to be careful here because Sven has been slowed down by both the tether as well as the ultimate. He's going to get stunned. There's a boat and the torrent coming through, lifting the Dragon Knight up into the sky. Maybe the Radiant side of bit off a bit more than they can chew here, but there's just so very little damage being done to the Dragon Knight. Stun, Styles, Razvi, put up into the air. Oh, waveform through. Morphling joins the fight. The Shadow Demon does somehow end up going down, but can they actually do anything? Ruthless is ready. He wants to get a silence. Maybe he wants to go into Dragon Knight, but it's just going to go into TJ, who gets himself back up with the magic wand, and he wants to go in. Turns it around onto Ruthless, but they just don't have the positioning right now. And Dragon Knight, he's going to get an illusion made of himself. Very skillful illusion by the Morphling, might I add. And he'll create a little bit of pushing presence on mid. And still, Axe wasn't in that fight at all. He's just walking around looking for a Blink Dagger, which he's just picked up now. He goes towards the jungle camps. Doesn't really care about too much.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is
there's
under
still more
attack.
pressure being put bottom. Dragon Knight shows his face there. And he's really the only one here. Io was there for a little bit and went back over towards mid, going on a warding mission. Maybe the Dragon Knight even takes this tower. There's no fortify. And oh well, just don't care about it at all. They shrug it off. So Ruthless picks up a haste rune. At least that's something that the puck is able to get over. At top, we've got a blink call on the Axe. Well, Axe gets it, and here comes the relocate. Looking for a stun, they'll get the Dragon Tail. Puck has to come in. He just puts down a silence, doesn't have the Dream Coil or anything, and he also doesn't have a blink, and he's going to get hit by the Axe call. Ruthless kept there, and even a phase shift, not enough to help him out. Uzi also makes his way there, but the relocate out means that the aggression is going to be halted for a little bit, maybe not for long, as Raz-V, he's ready with the disruption. Can the Dragon Knight get here fast enough? Might not be, but Uzi, he's been slowed down. Dragon Knight gets the Dragon form, going for the Tide Hunter. They need to try to get him. They'll get the Dragon Tail. They'll keep him there. He's going to need to use the Ravage if he wants to stay alive, but he's not even going to go for that. Mega kill streak for Sabali. And they've taken so many kills there. proXpert putting the hurt on OL.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they take this into a tier 2 tower. Just so many kills there. There's really nothing that OL can do about this. They do have okay-ish wave clear, but their heroes are just so far behind on farm, and this Dragon Knight's so tanky. I mean, his game really didn't matter too much, but he's gone 7-2-2. He's at an armlet, power treads right now. What does he have on the courier? It's going to be a Shadow Blade for him. That's a pretty, I would say, a game-breaking build at this point. Oh well, they're going to have to get some kind of miracle. 9k MMR points to win this. And I know that me plus any of these players would probably be about 9k. Morphling gets called out a little bit. He's going to get X back, but he basically goes full strength. Now, do they have enough damage for this? And do they have enough damage without being able to give up too much? They're going to use a Stag Storm on him and a nice relocate out from the IO. Raz-V getting chased away by Puck. The orb is going to hit him, but it just does very little damage. Raz-V trying to TP away, and, well, he did not make it. IO's been brought back, stunned up. At least OL are able to get a couple of kills right now. Both the supports getting killed. But while all this is happening, their final top tower is, well, their final outer tower is getting taken out. And it's not getting taken out to dinner or anything. It's getting taken out to death. Morphling should have an E-Blade at a pretty reasonable point. And just all the top net worth spots are occupied by the Radiant at this point. 3 of the top heroes. And it's not even close. The Dire cores are just so far behind. And Styles gets chased down by Sabali. The guy with the armlet and the Shadow Blade just absolutely wrecks the Kunkka. He's supposed to be one of the tankier supports, but they're just so far behind at this point that it's really difficult to actually do anything. Looking for innovation now. He gets a call only on the Uzi, taking us so much damage here. He's going to get helped out by the Morphling. No. He gets hit by the Ravage. Can they actually kill the Axe? He's got another call in 1 second, but he might not even get the chance. The orb finishes him off. Morphling trying to go for Gex, and he's got the... Ooh. He decides not to go to his replicate. And, well, the Dragon Knight has joined the fight as well. So they take down 4 over in the mid lane. And they still have the Dragon Knight ultimate going. I mean, even after they kill top on Kunkka, it's still up now. proXpert, just no fear right now. I mean, they even lose the Axe and don't care about it. Nice disruption helping out Sabali. Uses, well, he gets a couple of those Dragon Illusions as his ultimate fades. Might get cleared out a little bit by the boat, but just doing so much damage right now, and the first tier 3 tower of the game could possibly be going down. They're not too scared about this at all. There is no Ravage. Morphling goes in. TJ, he has this reckless abandon right now. X'd back, and, well, he's brought outside of the Stag Storm, and without an X, he does get Dream Coiled, kept there for a little bit longer, and a nice relocate once again. Io takes him out. He saves his friend. Let's see if they're able to initiate off of this, but all of the Radiant heroes are here. This is going to be a very safe IO, and, well, innovation doesn't quite get the the call. But they should be able to keep going for these racks if they want to. Just so little gold on the Dire side. The net worth lead at this point is 14,000 in favor of proXpert. And the net worth, that's what I was just looking at, but the XP is 10,000. So, yep, they're just going to move in here. Oh, Shadow Blade, it doesn't matter that you just put down a sentry. It's way too late. Gex is dead. And can this Dragon Knight pick up anything else? Styles, yep. He's getting chased down a little bit. Uzi has another Ravage in 25 seconds, but his racks might be gone by that point. Dragon Tail hits. Sven, he's getting called by the Axe. Axe thinking about it, but he's actually been silenced. No call yet for him, but he's just going to chase it down, looking for anything that he can find, and Innovation may have gone a little bit too deep here. He's very tanky. Morphling just easily takes care of the Kunkka, looking for the puck, looking for the Tidehunter, looking for anything that he can find on the ground. He's basically like a hobo at this point, just searching for kills. And oh no! Dropping the axe on Tidehunter. He was just kind of walking around hoping that he could maybe do a little bit of something, but just was not able to. And now they go for the bottom tier 3 tower. They should be taking another racks here as well, as 3 heroes still down for oh well. We're 20 minutes into the game and it's been an absolute stomp. proXpert definitely looking like pros in this match. Axe goes for a call, hits it on the Ruthless. He's kept there a little bit. He has the Blade Mail going, maybe getting caught out inside the stack storm. They're going to be taking a lot of damage from this, but Ruthless, he's just gone right down. Here comes the Torrent though, and it's taken down too. Is this the turnaround that oh well need? TJ, he's morphing strength right now, trying to man fight the Sven. Man fighting the Sven is a little bit interesting at this point because the Morphling is super strong, but Sven has God Strength, but God Strength not better than water apparently. Ravage hits TJ, so tanky, down to 200 health though. Is he able to get away? He's got a waveform, uses the Ghost Scepter E-Blade on himself, but it's just going to end there. Puck manages to find the kill, gets a triple kill and the mega kill streak away from proXpert, and all of a sudden all these heroes are dead. But the base has been heavily broken for oh well. It's gonna take a lot more than that. Just one team wipe to get back into this game. They're getting a couple of items up after that fight though. Blink Daggers on Tidehunter. Kunkka, he's getting towards his armlet right now. Puck, did he get to anything useful after all that? Possibly a blink soon. Maybe they actually kill the Roshan right now. This has to be the play for oh well because they're just so far behind at this point. If they give up a Roshan to proXpert, the game's pretty much over. So Roshan's going to take a beating inside the pit. And if we look at the Radiant Vision, they possibly could have seen heroes moving through that area of the map. But other than that, they're not really reacting at all to the Rosh. Now Sven uses the God Strength. He absolutely needs it here. But this Roshan's taking very, very long. So they should be taking this down. Oh, Dragon Knight making his way in here, but the Sentry Ward gets placed down. They needed to see the Dragon Knight. He's been glimpsed away though. Innovation comes in. He's taking care of the Sven. That's a lot of damage that they're missing for this fight, and Roshan still hasn't been taken, so there's no Aegis. Styles and Ruthless just absolutely caught out. Puck tries to get away, and he's not made it. Just gets taken out in the end there. And 4 down at the Roche pit should be a nice, easy cleanup for proXpert, and possibly taking the game at this point. 2,200 gold going the way of the Radiant side. I mean, it was something that had to be done for oh well, but they really didn't have the mechanism to be able to actually do it. Dragon Knight gets the stun on Gex. Glimmer Cape gets used. He's really tanky with the help of the IO, and he'll just go right for the tier 4. Thinking about Gex. Gex taking so much damage from this, but Dragon Knight gets caught up in the kinetic field. And at least the Disruptor is able to stay alive for a little bit longer. But Dragon Knight, he's just spitting super hot fire at the tier 4 towers, going right for it. Innovation, maybe even tries to catch someone out. And Morphling even makes an illusion of the Dragon Knight, making these towers go down a little bit quicker. And this has to be the end of the game for oh well. Not a very long game at all, 23 minutes, and this one game set will probably be going the way of proXpert. As we say that, God Strength gets popped, Flash gets stunned up, and can they take down the Wisp? Yes, they can. And the boat runs over the Shadow Demon. So they lost two heroes here, forcing out a buyback from the IO to get back into this fight. Stackstorm gets dropped down. Dragon Knight taking a bit of damage. Healed up by the mech from Flash. Morphling, he's taking care of the Kunkka. Couple heroes stunned out here. Oh, do the Dire actually defend this? This would be a ridiculous defense, and, well, it's just not going to happen. TJ shuts him down once again. Wave swarms over, gets the adaptive strike, takes a couple of kills, and they're just kind of playing with OWell at this point. proXpert really punishing them for even making this match in the first place. And E-Blade adaptive strike easily taking care of the Sven. This should be the end of the game, but they just want some more kills. Gex trying to get away. Waveform could be available. Yeah, they completely saw him there with a nice Observer on the high ground. He'll even ping it out, but what good is a ping going to do if the game's already over? At least they know the ward was there. In any case, that's game number 1 of the 1-game set. So proXpert just take it over OWell. And, you know, both these teams doing very well in the European qualifier to the ESL Major League. And I wouldn't be surprised to see both of these teams in the higher divisions. So that's going to do it for this match. I'll keep the stream up for a little bit longer to see if we have anything coming up. But for now, that's going to do it. I'm Pythian. You can follow me on Twitter at PythianLegume, as well as on twitch.tv/PythianLegume. And as always, cheers.